As a result of the SEC's approval of numerous spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is expressing his satisfaction. Prominent people in the sector, like Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, have expressed their approval of the move. According to these experts, the move is a significant step toward the legalization of Bitcoin. In the future, new alternatives for investment will become available as a result of the licensing of Bitcoin spot exchange-traded funds, which include prominent trusts. According to the president, this is an extremely important period because it lessens the uncertainties and problems that are associated with direct ownership of Bitcoin. There has never been a simpler way to invest in Bitcoin than with TFS exchange-traded funds. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, has expressed his hope that this finding will inspire a greater number of institutional investors to utilize the cryptocurrency system. He is of the opinion that if Bitcoin is able to find more practical applications, speculation will decrease and the asset class will become more legitimate. Immediately following the debut of Bitcoin spot ETFs, Steve M. Clare, co-founder of Valkyrie Funds, proposed the introduction of Ethereum and XRP ETFs. This remark was made after the launch of Bitcoin spot exchange-traded funds. McClurg has received the information that you disclosed today and has stated that the market is ready for your products and is setting new records. The exchange-traded fund, ETF, that BlackRock is offering for Bitcoin may potentially make a record-breaking $2 in assets on its very first day of trading, according to estimates. These funds have the ability to purchase assets worth $4 billion on the first day and $50 billion in 2 years. Quite a few people would take note of these resources. It was initially published on QuantDire FinTech News that this content was made available. XRP exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are not going to be permitted this year, according to a Bloomberg analyst, because of a legal issue with SEC. An analysis of Bitcoin exchange-traded funds and the methods used by their issuers was conducted by James Seffer, an analyst at Bloomberg ETF. He pointed out that many issuers employ a variety of strategies in order to entice investors. Many exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are geared toward younger investors who are technically adept. On the other hand, some exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are appealing to baby boomers because they take a more conventional approach. What he said was that ticker symbols are significant and that exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are related to memes. ETF forecasts that a number of exchange-traded funds may cease operations during the next 12 to 24 months. With regard to the participants, Seth cautioned against giving preference to any one of them and emphasized the significance of forming partnerships with significant financial institutions such as Gensler. He went on to say that the participation of JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs demonstrates the credibility of exchange-traded funds and makes them more efficient and liquid. Due to the fact that exchange-traded funds, ETFs, generate currency anonymity, CFS is unable to transfer existing Bitcoin into ETFs, regardless of whether or not ETF registrants have begun to accumulate Bitcoin. In the first few days following the clearance, he anticipated a significant influx of purchases for exchange-traded funds, ETFs, that were based on Ethereum or XRP. It was brought to FART's attention that Bitcoin and Ethereum are differentiated by regulated futures markets. Yet, he expressed his uncertainty that XRP would be approved in 2024 because of the limits imposed by the law. As a result of the potential that they may be approved this year, I believe that Bitcoin and Ethereum are standing in a class all by themselves. To this point, I have been telling everyone that XRP is the only answer that will work in the long run. But I do not believe that this will occur this year unless the legal issue is overcome. Ripple Labs has initiated a share repurchase campaign with a total value of $280 million, boosting the company's total worth to $1.3 billion, despite concerns raised by regulatory authorities. As a result of the company's failure to disclose the purchase of $285 million in firm shares from early investors and staff, the Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a lawsuit against Ripple, a virtual business that is famous for its XRP. Ripple Labs stated in January that as a result of this transaction, the company's value had increased to $113 billion. In order to complete the buyback, investors were given the opportunity to sell up to 6 assets through the tender offer. It was announced by Ripple that a total of $500 million would be invested. After the payment of software taxes and the conversion of restricted stock units into shares, the corporation is expected to have a value of $111 billion on January 10, 2024, according to authoritative sources. Additionally, you might discover that whales are able to monitor human activity. The value of XRP has increased as a result of speculation on the plan of spot ETF CEO Brad Gulling-House to buy back shares on a regular basis in order to increase investor liquidity. Regulatory concerns are the reason why the corporation is delaying its initial public offerings in the United States. This modification is a result of Ripple's success in court before the SEC. It was a significant victory for the business when the judge determined that the sale of XRP on public exchanges does not constitute an unregistered securities offering. Ripple retains more than $1 billion in cash and $25 billion in cryptocurrencies, the majority of which are XRP tokens. Failure to meet the critical barrier level, the levels of XRP might indicate a bull market. XRP was able to overcome exponential moving averages that were 50 and 100 days long. Traders and investors were able to capitalize on this market shift thanks to the much anticipated influx of money. After the introduction of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, the first large green candle of the year, which comes after this significant milestone, is a source of optimism. The value of other cryptocurrencies increased as a result of the exchange of Bitcoin funds. A strategy is responsible for the ascent of XRP. As a result of Ethereum's price crossing the $2,500 threshold, investors' confidence has been restored, which has contributed to the cryptocurrency's meteoric rise. It is interesting that XRP has risen over the exponential moving average for the past 50 days, which is the primary signal of changes in the local trend. Many people are of the opinion that this technical event is a sign that the asset is about to have a strong closing and a sustained increase. The highest point traders frequently use this level to indicate a bullish trend, which may result in an increase in the amount of purchasing pressure. The majority of the time, this level authenticates the beginning of that phase. It is more likely that XRP will grow if it continues to remain above the 50-year exponential moving average. It is possible that the asset may break above the 100 exponential moving average, which would indicate investor optimism for the longer term. We are in a position to improve this circumstance as a result of the alignment of these technical indicators. There may be a huge increase in the price of XRP. The price of XRP increased by 6.5% today, reflecting the elation that the cryptocurrency market is experiencing as a result of the historic adoption of the site by the SEC. Bitcoin ETF, which is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in South Korea, handled a transfer of 22 million XRP, which is equivalent to 13.13 million. This transfer contributed to this rise. One of the most well-known blockchain transaction trackers, Whale Alert, was the first to capture the activity that sparked awareness among the XRP community. Because of this, a significant amount of money was sent to a wallet that was not indicated. There is a lack of clarity regarding the reasons behind what was done. Binance, Bybit, and Bing X were among the recipients of XRP that were swiftly distributed by the receiving wallet, which was created in September 2023, as stated by Bytop. After receiving this information, the scenario became even more intriguing. At the moment, its balance is slightly higher than 95,173 XRP, and that is all for the time being.